Okay. So coming to the important current affairs, exercise cousin, very easy to remember. Kazakhstan and India. Okay. So you have to remember the place, sixth edition of Kajin and joint military exercise at Umroi in Meghalaya. Okay. So from 15th to 20th December. Alternatively in India, it is conducted alternatively in India and in Kazakhstan. So 1 year in India, other year in the Kazakhstan. Okay. So what is its old name? Prabal Dostya. The joint annual training exercise was instituted as Prabal Dostek in 2016 and it was renamed as Cousin in 2018. So they will give many statements in the examination, not direct questions, unlike the uh, old era, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we used to get the direct questions. Of course, not only this exercise, any exercise of India with the foreign countries, the main aim is to strengthen the bilateral relationship. Either it may be with America or Russia or whatever may be the country. The exercise is to build positive military relations, imbibe each other's best practices. Yes, even state to even in India. So different states should also conduct such exercises, not military, like police exercises, or even uh, with regard to various administrative sectors, like how Panchayat Raj institutions are governed in, say, Karnataka, in Andhra Pradesh, we have to imbibe the best practices. Okay, like of course that concept has been introduced by Niti Aayog. Like they are giving the ranks. If any person is getting the first rank, automatically the person who got less rank will go there and study the situations in the state which got the first rank. Yes, there should be competition and we should take them as the role models. Yeah, operate together while understanding joint terrorist operations under the UN peace enforcement mandate. Yeah, now, so in recent days, six airports have been privatized. So the phase of the privatization attained momentum after the LPG policies which were introduced in India by Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao when he was Honorable Prime Minister of India. And in that period, we are lucky to have Manmohan Singh as the Finance Minister. Of course, we are reaping the fruits of that LPG policies, no doubt in it. So now what happened? Airport Authority of India has leased nearly 6 airports under PPP model, public private partnership model. Okay, and especially Adani Group attained that they succeeded in getting that tenders. Okay, so now take the example of Shamshabad. Uh, airport of the Hyderabad, which is called as Rajiv Gandhi Airport earlier. So it is maintained by GMR along with a along with a Malaysian consortium, and also there is share of the government of the Telangana. Okay, yes. Now, actually, what is the benefit of PPP? Not only airports, even if you go to the railways or even highways. Take the example of Hyderabad to Bangalore highway. It is developed by the private players. For every 60 or 70 kilometers, we will pay the toll. Maybe until we reach the Bangalore, we have to pay nearly 6 or 7 toll gate fees. Of course, nothing wrong in that because the roads are maintained in a fair manner, which will reduce the wear and tear of the moving vehicle, and even the mileage we get will be definitely far better. So that we will spend for the toll gates, and even the number of accidents have reduced drastically because there will be a median, and even it is more than 4 lane road without any potholes, and even that highway all the way runs away from the important towns and cities. So through ORRs, outer ring roads. So it is accident free, no doubt in it. Again, the main so they are maintained in a fair manner, and this because these private people are more accountable and responsible. And the second thing is, if these people are not involved in laying the roads, government has to lay the roads and they have to spend the money. Already Indian government is having huge fiscal deficit. So again, it is a burden. So PPP is best for two reasons. One thing is fiscal deficit of the government will not increase. And the second thing is in the PPP model, the people or the users will also get excellent services. Now, so what happens as far as airports are concerned? If any private player takes that airport on lease, then the government will decide the user charges starting from passenger to maintenance of aircraft. Suppose I am having a aircraft only for understanding purpose. I am having my private jet only for understanding purpose. Then my jet will be anchored in the Shamshabad airport. Then I will pay the GMR consortium monthly rent, and that rent is also fixed by the government. And suppose say in the last week or 10 days ago, the second world's largest cargo plane, okay, was landed in Shamshabad. Okay. So earlier, so now it is first. Earlier it was second. Now it is first because the largest cargo plane, that is Antonov Brio, was destroyed. In course of Russia-Ukraine crisis, Antonov Brio. Even long back, Antonov Brio was also landed in Shamshabad for a period of 8 or 9 hours to, fuel. The same case with this plane. Then they and that consortium will collect the user charges for takeoff, for landing, for fueling, and any sort of other maintenance. And even for domestic passenger, we will pay the user charges. Even for international passengers, also they will collect the user charges, which are different. For domestic, it is very less, and for international, it is more. Everything they will charge. Everything they will charge. Landing, everything. Okay. Yes. The six airports leased out by Airport Authority of India are Lucknow, Mangalore, etc. These were leased out for better operations, management, and development of these airports under the PPP. Just now I told you, accountability and responsibility will be more in the private sector. Of course, even some public sectors are also doing well, like BEL, BML, HAL, etc. Now, Adani Group won the bids for the six airports. Of course, nowadays, now Gautam Adani, if I am not wrong, is the richest person of India. Of course, sometimes Ambani, sometimes Adani. Okay, yes. This this agency you have to remember. This agency is responsible for fixing the charges for the anchoring, fueling, repairs, etc. Okay. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority, an independent economic regulator of India, has been established under an Act of Parliament, ERA Act 2008, to determine the charges in respect of the aeronautical services provided at major airports in the country. Aeronautical services, okay, that is anchoring, fueling, etc. So try to remember that, and even you have to remember the benefit of PPP. Of course, for the main students, you are having many types of PPPs, BOOT, etc. Okay, yes. Now when you come to the next topic, Greenfield International Airport, Goa. So now a new airport is coming at Goa. With it is completely. What is the meaning of Greenfield? Developed from scratch. One thing, and the importance of these upcoming airport is it is eco-friendly. They are using the solar power, and even the runway is also having the is using the LEDs, which will consume less powers. Less power, and also green buildings. Green buildings. Okay. See, of course, I'm not supporter of any party. Just I am saying you the facts. After this, NDA government coming to power, nearly 70 new 70, this new or old airports have been upgraded, and even they are having a ambitious scheme. Ude Desh ke Aam Nagarik. Through that scheme, they want to connect two-tier cities by planes, that is airways. You can see like Gulbarga, Belgaum, even in Rajamandri, Kurnool, many two-tier cities have been connected with the airways. Now it has resulted it has resulted India becoming one of the top aviation market in the world. And again, the purchasing capacity of Indians is increasing day by day. And again, the next point is the AC rail charges and plane charges are almost all same. You are having that what you say, I'm one AC, two AC, three AC. The one AC charges, two AC charges, and the plane charges are almost all equal. So many people are just preferring the airways. And as far as purchasing capacity, yes, Indians will not hesitate to spend money. So what I meant to say is all this is boosting the aviation sector. Now, only one threat to this sector is the aviation turbine fuel price. So for some or other reasons, if crude prices increases, then these people will suffer. Means aviation industry will suffer. And the second thing is the if international uh, if just internationally if we face the recession, automatically we have to face that heat. Then the seating capacity or the carrying capacity, what you say, occupancy capacity is the right word. Suppose if the plane is going from Hyderabad to Tirupati, it is having 100 seats, but only 70 seats are getting filled. Then what happens? Then the operator of that plane will not cross the break even. That may render him the loss. Only two threats: one is the recession, and the second is the price of the aviation turbine fuel. Okay. Yes. And Goa, nearly 16 to 17% of Goa's GDP is from the tourism sector. And Goa will attract large number of international tourists. And I'm developing such a airport will be more advantage for the Goa to attract more tourists. Okay. Yes. So, Sri Narendra Modi inaugurated Greenfield International Airport in Mopa, Goa. Okay. Of course, not foundation. It has been inaugurated. Extremely sorry. The airport has been developed at a cost of around rupees 2870 crore and has been built on the theme of sustainable infrastructure. It consists of solar power plant, LED lights, green buildings, rainwater harvesting. It is a need of the hour. Then the airport will not face any water crisis. State of the art sewage treatment means economy is generated, means that sewage is converted into the reusable form. And even we have discussed in the earlier classes triple R's. R. We have discussed, not the cinema. Reduce, recycle, reuse. Such kind of words we have to use in the mains. We have discussed in the last current affairs classes. Yes. Okay. Now, treatment plant with recycling facilities. Some of the best in class technologies like 3D monolithic precast buildings, stable road, robomatic hollow precast walls, and 5G compatible IT infrastructure have been adopted. The airport is, of course, developed in 4 phases. Okay. Now, just now I told you, the tourism industry in Goa directly contributes 16.43% towards the state gross domestic product. Okay. And again, see, the main problem in India is our economy is more in the unorganized sector. The benefits are more than this 16.43%. See, if somebody comes to Goa, they will consume some eatables on the roadside, and it is not getting counted because it is run by a person in the unorganized sector, like tea vendor, tiffin vendor, or a fruit vendor, or even a petty cloth vendor, cap vendor, whatever may be the case. And even on the beach side, if somebody is selling, say, towels, etc., anything, or water also. So that is not getting reflected. In spite of that, 16.43% is also a huge percentage. Okay. And yes, and also provides employment to nearly 35% of the state. Yes, 35% of the people are employed in the tourism sector. See what might be the condition of these people at the time of COVID-19. Yeah. Now, being a world-class airport, it will provide visitors with a feel and experience of Goa. Azul laser tiles, which are native to Goa, have been extensively used in the airport. Of course, you may get a question with regard to this. Of course, any importance might be there. You try to get that. The measures taken by the government of India has made India the world's third largest aviation market in the last 80 years. 72, sorry, 8 years. 72 airports have been constructed compared to 70 in the 70 years before that. Of course, I mean, we should not blame the earlier government because now the things have changed. Accordingly, the government is planning. Earlier, the purchasing capacity of people was not so high. Now it has increased, and just accordingly they are planning. Yes, the government of India has expanded the airport network throughout the country. Just now I told about the scheme Udan Uday Desh Ke Aam Nagarik, by which the two-tier cities are also connected by the airways. Yes. Again, in the Indo-Corpat, it is nothing but Indonesia. So its main aim is to, just provide a uh, good good traffic facility or security, to the ships in the Indian Ocean realm or region. 39th edition of Indo-Corpat India Indonesia coordinated patrol. What is patrol? Surveillance. Patrol means, yeah. So since 2002, they are carrying out these exercises because you may encounter in the statements. Of course, it is too difficult because every month you will have 2 or 3 exercises, maybe more also, and every day is some important day, including few of our students' birthdays. Okay, yes, India and Indonesia have been carrying out Corpats twice a year. The aim of the Corpat is to keep this vital part, that is Indian Ocean region or realm, safe and secure for commercial shipping, that is freight carriers. 90% of world's trade is carried through the navigation. And international trade and conduct of legitimate maritime activities means avoiding the smuggling. What is legitimate? Avoiding illegal activities. It may be smuggling, attacking the ships, etc. Yes. Now, okay. Corporates help build understanding and interoperability between navies. And see, their main aim is to suppress illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing, drug trafficking, maritime terrorism, armed robbery, and piracy. Common troubles faced by the maritime industry. Now, Indian naval, see, now India's capacity to build the indigenous ships has grown a lot compared to the earlier days. In every sector, India is growing. And even I told you, even to some extent, India will be insulated from the coming global recession. Of course, why I am saying coming global recession means even the American Federal Bank and many central banks of Europe have increased the interest rates. Even last week also, maybe last 2 or 3 days ago also, on one day America, other day, European and many countries of European Union have increased their rates, including our RBI also increased the interest rate by 35 basis points because they are in the apprehension of the inflation. Automatically inflation will boost the recession. But as far as India is concerned, our food items are not too high, including onion also, because everybody earlier used to face the heat of onion without cooking. Now onion is at a cheaper rate, and even luckily the crude fell from all the way 130 to $80, even less than $80, if I am not wrong. It is the reason why. So once again, the Indian rupee has appreciated to some extent, all the way falling to 83 point some odd paisa. Okay, yes. So Indian naval ship Karmuk, an indigenously built missile to corvette along with L-58, indigenously built landing craft utility vessel, and Dornier maritime patrol aircraft will be participating. See, you have to study the recent achievements of India in science and technology, because achievements of science and technology are useful in many fields, including agriculture, okay, and also our military, military force, strengthening of our army. It may be military or navy or whatever may be the case, and even for mains you are having the security issues as a topic for UPSC mains people. Yes, so try to remember these uh, achievements of India as a part of government of India's vision of Sagar. Yes, this you have to remember. Security and growth for all in the region. The naval component under the aegis of headquarter ANC Andaman and Nicobar Command undertakes coordinated patrols with other littoral countries. You know what is the meaning of littoral? The countries having the boundary with the Andaman Sea. Littoral means the countries which are having the boundary along respective exclusive economic zone towards enhancing regional maritime security. Yes. Now next is the Human Rights Day. You know, 10th December is celebrated as the Human Rights Day, and on that day only, uh, we are having a legislation worldwide, okay, where human rights has to be valid or given priority, and accordingly, even you know, we are having the establishment of National Human Rights Commission at central level, and at state level you are having the State Human Rights Commission, of course, and even they have rendered a great justice for the people whose human rights have been subjected to violation. And you know, the chairman of the NHRC will be the retired CJI. Okay. National Human Rights Day is celebrated on 10th December. On this occasion, celebrations were organized by the National Human Rights Commission in New Delhi, and that occasion was graced by the Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu. And even so, it is the day on which the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, of course, it is this document was translated into many languages, nearly 500 translations. It was also pointed out that the text of the UDHR is the most translated document, as there are 500 translations available for it. Like in India, this Ramayana and Mahabharata are translated into many languages. Okay, next. Of course, we have discussed about the National Human Rights Commission and State Human Rights Commission. Now, so National Institute for One Health. See here, actually, the aim is human beings are diseased because of the animals. So, if you address the disease of animals, automatically human beings will also be uh, will also become safer. Its aim is to see that man should not be isolated from the nearby animals. And you know, many diseases are spread to mankind by animals only. Now, National Institute for One Health. Indian Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone for the National Institute for One Health in Nagpur. Of course, foundation stone was laid. That is Nagpur. You remember that. It is an important infrastructure milestone for India, as there is an increased interaction between humans and animals, and it is also influenced by climate change. Thus, human health should not be isolated from the animal health. The institute will enhance the preparedness and laboratory capabilities for novel and unknown zoonotic agent identification. Means uh, which animal cause is responsible for the ill health of the human beings. Now, Prime Minister will also inaugurate the Center for Research, Management and Control of the Hemoglobinopathies, considering the prevalence of the sickle cell disease in the Vidarbha region of central India. So, sickle cell disease is related to the blood. Okay. The shape of the I mean, what you say, RBC. Okay. So just I will go through this. Yeah. Each year on 19th June, so I am dealing with the, I mean, sickle cell. World Sickle Cell Day. Each year on 19th June, World Sickle Cell Awareness Day is commemorated to raise awareness and understanding about the disease and the problems that patients face and their families encounter. Patients with sickle cell disease develop sickle-shaped red blood cells. Sickle-shaped red blood cells, which can clump together and prevent blood and oxygen from reaching all regions. If blood and oxygen are will not reach all parts of our body, you know what happens? It will be lot of painful. So only it is said that now there is no remedy for total cure of this disease. Only we can minimize the intensity of that pain faced by that patient. And try to remember the main I mean issue with the, I mean, sickle shaped I mean disease, or what you say, sickle shaped red blood cells, is it will stop the supply of oxygen and blood to other parts. It is a blood condition that is passed down the generation. Patient with the disease may endure discomfort. Anemia means less hemoglobin. Infection automatically, I mean, if they are having less blood, their immunity power will decrease. Infection and other major health issues that may necessitate medical attention. So now we'll go to the background. And the prevalence is considerably high with an expected carrier frequency of 35% in certain groups. This, okay. So try to remember what is the World Sickle. When World Sickle Cell Day is observed, and what are the implications of this disease. And yes, of course, history. I mean, not needed, and we shall study the significance of this disease. While the disease has no permanent cure, there are treatments available to relieve pain and avoid complications which might be caused due to this. The disease is not very uncommon today and often goes undiagnosed or neglected, leading to permanent complications. That is, I mean, common for every disease. Uh, and the observance of this day helps raise awareness about the Dicker cell disorder so that it can be diagnosed before the birth of a children. Okay, no issue. Now, so you know, a person, Kargeshwar Talukdar, died when the people of Assam have started a movement against the illegal migrants into Assam from the adjoining countries, Bangladesh in particular. And I told you several times, India and Bangladesh border is porous, not like India-Pakistan border. Of course, now the Modi government is strengthening that border to avoid the entry of the illegal migrants. Okay. So Kargeshwar Talukdar, the first martyr of the Assam movement in 1979, is observed as a Shahidi Divas. Of course, there are many Shahidi Divas. You know, even the day when Bhagat Singh, along with his comrades, were executed. Okay, it is commemorated to pay the tribute to the martyrs of the Assam movement. The Assam movement took place for 6 long years from 1979 to 1985. With the they opposed the illegal migrants into Assam. Yes, it is with regard to the that person Talukdar. Gargo Home and Reunite portal. It is a portal started by the government to track the children, okay, who lost their I mean permanent shelter, or if they are if they belong to Bihar. So for some or other reasons they came to Hyderabad, or they were trapped by some smugglers, etc. Then government will track that boy after the boy is catched by police until they reach the home. Even the government will also provide the translator. Suppose if a Hindi speaking boy is found in Hyderabad, accordingly a Hindi and other language translator is, I mean, provided. I mean, such that the boy will say everything. So I mean, what is his home? Where is his home? Which is his town, etc. Now, Gargo Home and Reunite portal. Simple. It is for the children. Gargo Home and Reunite portal for restoration and repatriation of child has been developed and launched by the National Commission for for protection of child rights. You try to remember because you are having the rights issues, women rights, children rights, disabled rights. NCPCR, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. The portal will digitally track and monitor children's restoration and reportation process under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 and rules. The Ministry of Women and Child Development and Development administers and ensures the dignity, safety, security, and well-being of the children. Children under the juvenile justice system that requires repatriation to another country, state, district would be digitally tracked and monitored. For speedy repatriation of children, cases will be digitally transferred to the concerned juvenile justice board and child welfare committee of the state. In case of a requirement for a translator, even he is also, provided. And ultimately, the aim is to see that the child will reach his home in a short period. Now, International Fleet Review hosted by the Bangladesh. It is nothing but it is again once again showcase of our Indian power in the naval force. The Indian Navy participated in the Maiden International Fleet Review. The Maiden International Fleet Review (IFR) was hosted by Bangladesh on 7 December 22nd. The Prime Minister of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, reviewed the international fleet comprising ships from Bangladesh Navy and 8 ships from 6 foreign countries: India, China, Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, and the USA. The Indian Navy contingent with the 3 ships was the largest among other participants. Just now I told you, it will reveal the world our capacity in the shipbuilding. This sort of events will, reveal the world about our capacity in the shipbuilding, and accordingly our military power. Okay. Yes. Guided missile destroyer INS Kochi, anti-submarine warfare corvette INS Cavity, offshore petrol vessel Sumeda. So, of course, to some extent, so we can remember these words. Kochi, Kerala, Cavity is the capital of Lakshadweep, and of course, Sumeda, a good Telugu name. Meda or Sumeda, whatever may be the case. Okay. All these 3 ships are indigenously designed and developed. Their presence at the event showcase the shipbuilding capabilities of the Indian shipyard. It is also very important. Okay. And even it complements the celebrations of 50 years of liberation of Bangladesh. Earlier Bangladesh was part of the Pakistan, which was called as the East Pakistan. That is Swarnim Vijay Varsh along with Maitri Divas. Maitri Divas is celebrated on 6 December every year to mark the establishment of formal diplomatic relations between India and Bangladesh. Very easy to remember. Even on that day, Babri Masjid was subjected to demolition, if I am not wrong. Okay? Yes. And India participation in that exercise is nothing but to show the world that we are strongly united, India and Bangladesh, unlike India and Pakistan. Now, see, actually what happened, Indian government or our research institutions wanted to promote the heat resistant variety of wheat. Why it may be needed? Why heat resistant variety of wheat is needed? See, what is happening because of global warming, what you say, even climate change. The normal temperatures are increasing. There is no doubt in it. Normal temperatures are increasing. So the present varieties of wheat, highly grown in the North India, we have discussed in the normal classes. It is the reason why in 66, Green Revolution was successfully applied to wheat, and and this North India is having the suitable climate for the practice of cultivation of the wheat. And and all North Indian states, including UP, Punjab, Haryana, are the largest producers of the wheat. So why? The main reason is they are having the cold climate. Cold climate. Generally, wheat requires a temperature of 20 to 25 degrees centigrade. It is more suitable. And even cold temperatures will give good toughness to wheat, good toughness, such that the roti will not break. So toughness is very important. because it is consumed by human beings by making chapatis or puris. If it is getting break means they will not purchase that. They will shift over to easy method of cooking. That is once again rice, which is not so good. Okay, yeah. So now here what is happening? Only now North India is growing the wheat. If heat resistant variety of wheat is emerged, or if we make any such kind of seed, even South India can also grow the wheat. See again, as far as wheat is concerned, unlike paddy, see paddy is consumed by only South Asian countries and few, away from the South Asian countries. But when you come to the wheat, wheat is widely consumed throughout the world. Even if there is increase in the output of wheat, it will not harm us because we may export to the foreign countries. And even UNO also, revealed that in the coming days, the world will face the food crisis. So it is a good idea. It is a good idea. And even so, compared to the compared to the irrigation levels, paddy requires more irrigation than wheat. So automatically, wheat is also advantageous as far as the water consumption is concerned. And again, wheat can be grown throughout the year. Of course, even paddy is also grown throughout the year in some areas, but with less water, wheat can be grown throughout the year. So these are all advantage if we develop a heat resistant variety of wheat, especially. Of course, nowadays also South India, a few states like Maharashtra, Karnataka, they are growing wheat, but not up to the mark. Very less quantity. If such kind of seed is, emerged automatically, more area will be under the wheat cultivation. The government intends to promote heat-resistant varieties of wheat. So, through public and private partnership, the Indian Council of Agricultural Research and the Indian Institute of Wheat and Barley Research, Karnal, have initiated a specific project on heat-tolerant varieties, breeding high-yielding wheat genotypes for stress conditions of warmer regions of India, especially South India. Of course, same. The heat-tolerant varieties of wheat are DBW, DBW, DBWHD. Of course, if you want to, if you want to remember, you can, but it is very tough. Means more number of statistics, etc., etc. Yes. Okay, one. There is also another variety, PPW 803, developed by the Punjab Agricultural University, which is suitable for irrigated, timely sown condition and is resistant to brown rust and stripe rust. So they are the diseases of the wheat, brown rust and stripe rust. And wheat belongs to the grass family. And even of course, the even Delhi is also facing the wrath of wheat because they will burn the stubble and the pollution in the Delhi and adjoining regions will increase. Of course, that stubble burning has been put to an end. As you know, in Panipat, our Indian government is planning to establish a ethanol plant or just biodiesel plant where this stubble is used. Now, see, ninth World Ayurveda Congress and Arogya Expo 2022. So it was inaugurated at Panaji. Now to encourage the traditional medicines. Already the government of India is implementing the Ayush. Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. Already government of India is implementing. Now what happened? Even along with the Indian government, we have discussed in the earlier classes that World Health Organization has also established a center for the study of the traditional medicines, and even we have discussed where that center is located. Okay, Jamnagar in Gujarat, and even the data reveals that the market of Ayurvedic medicines has increased, which all shows that there is a great potential in the coming days. Yes. Jamnagar, yes. Great potential in the coming days. And of course, I am not the doctor, but still, by studying the news articles, we can conclude that there are no or less side effects if you consume the Ayurvedic medicines. And again, these most of these are indigenously manufactured, unlike the Western medicine where we have to import from the foreign countries. That point also you have to remember. Yes. Now, 9th World Ayurveda Congress and Arogya Expo 2022 was inaugurated at Panaji. Yes, its aim is to provide a global platform for all the stakeholders, including industry leaders, practitioners, doctors, healers, everybody. And the aim is the main aim is to market the Ayurveda and the importance of the medicinal plants. And even the growers will also get opportunity. Suppose if I am growing a, say, understanding purpose, aloe vera. I am a farmer growing the aloe vera. I will participate in this conference, and I will get a person who will buy my aloe vera. Then automatically India will be benefited. Yes, many countries need many things, but they don't know where is the supplier. So such kind of conventions are exposed uh, will create a platform where buyers and sellers can meet together, and it is a win-win situation for the both the people. Yes, yes, yes. Now, see, now you can see if you go to any supermarket, there will be a separate shelf for these kind of things. Yes, neem wash, aloe vera wash. You can see in the, and again, Ayurvedic soaps, toothpaste also Meswak, and also Patanjali Dantakanti. Now it is attaining prominence, and the turnover of Patanjali is increasing multifold every year. No doubt in it. Okay, it aims to showcase the strength and efficacy of the Ayush system of medicines at the global level, which we have discussed. The market size of Ayush has grown from 3 million in 2014 to over 18 billion, showing remarkable growth, multifold growth. Yeah, of course, delegates from 53 countries, these are all common, and even we have discussed about the Ayush and its full form, etc. And even it is common thing that these are having the very less side effects. And Kudamkulam nuclear plant, of course, one by one, many units are starting. The full capacity of Kudamkulam, nuclear power plant will be achieved or will be reached, that is 6,000 megawatt by 2027. And in nuclear reactors, uranium and thorium, other radioactive elements are used. Okay, and and even you have to remember, like cadmium rods and graphite, heavy water are the other ingredients, are the are other necessities. Now, only for 1 minute. Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, said that the project installed capacity of the Kudamkulam nuclear power plant site is 6 comprising of 1,000 megawatt capacity each. The first two units, 1 and 2, are in operation, and the remaining 4, that is 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, are under construction. And it is in the Kudamkulam in canal, and it faced the wrath of locals, but finally the work has been started. And also they are saying 2 power plants are in operation. Now when you come to the Dam Safety Act 2021, its aim is to supervise the old dams and take the necessary steps to mend that or avoid breach of the dams in course of time. Breach of the dam in course of time, because many dams are more than 100 years of old. Even take the example of Nagarjuna Sagar, almost all 70 years. Many dams which were constructed in the colonial era, and even in our by our kings, are still surviving. Okay, just remember Dam Safety Act 2021. Even if you take such measures, even you can minimize many disasters like breach of dam, etc. Okay, my dears. Yes. Yeah. See, long back, not now, in 2019 or maybe 18, 19, etc., the onion prices were skyrocketed, nearly 100 and more than 100 rupees per kg. So, in that period, our parliament has constituted a committee to review the reasons for the spike in onion and the necessary steps to be taken to store the onion. So practically now, since 2 years or 3 years, we are not facing the wrath of onion. It is at an affordable price, especially in Telangana and Andhra. For 100 rupees, at our doorstep, you will get 5 kgs. They are shouting in front of my house almost all daily. Onion 100 rupees 5 kgs, onion 100 rupees 5 kgs. Okay. Now it is less. See, the main reason for the fluctuations of onion price is it is perishable. It is perishable. We cannot store that. We cannot store that. Okay. And very hardly, if you want to store, it is a it is not cost effective. If anybody visit the Shirdi or any other place in the adjoining area like Nagpur, etc., which are the regions where onion is grown at a larger extent. You people, when you go, you have to watch the adjoining areas, not only your cell phone and your YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, then whatever the name you call. There you can see bamboo sticks are arranged in this manner, okay, like this one. Say, this is the system, all bamboo sticks with some gap or any arrangement with some gap such that air can pass very easily. Air circulation is must. So here you will place the onion. It is very cumbersome process to store the onion. And even you cannot place the onion in this manner. If they touch with each other, in no time they will get rotten. And this committee has revealed that majority of the onion, though it was stored in a fair manner by constructing such kind of system, they were subjected to wastage or rotting. Now, what we have to do, the only thing we have to do is we have to develop a seed of onion which may not be perishable, which may not be perishable. And again, Indian government is having a project called as Operation Green. Operation Green. Operation Green includes what? What items in that? Operation Green includes what items, my dear online students? Operation Green. Yes. Remember top and not bottom. Remember top. That's all. Tomato, onion, potato. And all these generally have fluctuations, but aloo will have less fluctuations compared to, sorry, this potato will have less fluctuations compared to onion and tomato. Okay. Yes. Now, Parliamentary Standing Committee on Food, Consumer Affairs and, and Public Distribution storage facilities for onions run by the center are poor and need an immediate overhaul. Of course, as a farmer, I am a farmer, and even we used to grow the onion. Of course, my grandfather, etc., or my relatives are in that field. It is very difficult to store. It is the crop pattern. We cannot do anything. Like tomato. Can we store tomato for 2 months or 3 months? Even if you keep the tomato in fridge for 4 or 5 days, and how the tomato will become in spite of keeping in the fridge also. Yes, onions prices skyrocketed not now in that period, even touched up to 150. And long back, if I am not wrong, when Madam Sushma Swaraj was the chief minister of Delhi, she lost the elections only because of the skyrocketing price of the onion. Maybe 20 years ago. Yes, yes. Now, as a result, the center accorded utmost importance to the reduction of storage loss in the onion buffer stock. The percentage of loss on account of prolonged storage of onion in the buffer had been reduced to 26% in 2021-22 from about 28% in 2020. Almost all one-third onion is subjected to damage. Only the thing here is we have developed a seed. Other thing is We have to encourage the farmers at village level to resort for such kind of things. But it is not possible for the farmers. It will consume lot of space, and the input cost for that will be more than the cost of onion, no doubt in it. Because onion cost is like see what you say, it is unpredictable. It may go 100 or it may be, sometimes the farmers will throw the onion on the roads also, like tomatoes. Yes. Now, so annual onion production is nearly 23 millions. Okay. And even we are also exporting. India is the second largest onion growing country in the world. That point to remember. And it is grown in all seasons. And it is grown more in the Rabi season. And the Rabi onion crop is the mainstay of India, and the price of the onion is normally lower during this month due to greater supply. Now we are in this season. Today is December. Now we got this crop. It is the reason why we are having very less onion rate. The major onion producing state, just now I told about the Shirdi, Maharashtra, 39%, followed by Karnataka, MP. So, of course, this is important as far as prelims is concerned. And last class, we have discussed how onion is propagated. How onion is propagated. Onion is propagated by seeds. Don't think that onion is put to put for the onion propagation. No, onion seeds are used to propagate onion. Yes. Now, of course, just now I told about the TOP. That is, the government is stressing on the production and the steps to be taken to arrest the prices of these three commodities: tomato, onion, and potatoes. Now, registered geographical indicators rise to 432 because recently 9 new items from various states of India, such as Gamosa of Assam, Tandur Red Gram, very near to Hyderabad, just 90 kilometers, which is my hometown. And even I was into that business, and my family was into that business maybe nearly 300 or 400 years. I don't know. 300 years, we are having the history. Beyond that, we don't know. Tandur Red Gram of Telangana, and Rakse Karpo Apricot of Ladakh, Alibag, Alibag White Onion of Maharashtra, etc., have been given the GI tags. And you know, even Red Gram of Kalaburgi was also given the GI tag in the maybe in the last year or before last year. So the distance between the Kalaburgi district, if you consider Kalaburgi district boundary, it is only maybe 3 or 4 kilometers from Tandur. Just 3 or 4 kilometers. It is almost all overlapping. The GI tag is overlapping, no doubt in it, because I belong to that region. Okay? Yes. A GI, primarily an agricultural, natural, or a manufactured product. Of course, we have discussed many times. With regard to the geographical indications. Geographical indications of goods. Act 1999 seeks to provide for the registration and better protection of geographical indications relating to goods in India. It is governed and directed by the WTO agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. Several times we have discussed. Once again, you have to remember which is the nodal agency for that. Now, Baipur Uru, it is a ship. They are demanding the GI tag. The District Tourism Promotion Council, Kozhikode, has applied for a geographical indication tag for the famous Baipur Uru boat. It is a wooden dhow, handcrafted by skilled artisans and carpenters in Baipur, Kerala, and is a symbol of Kerala's trade relations and friendship with the Gulf countries. And you know, our Vasco da Gama first came to the Kerala only. Okay? Yes. Purely made of premium wood without using any modern techniques. The wood used to build the uru is still saved the traditional way, which requires immense expertise. It takes anywhere between 1 to 4 years to build each uru, and the entire process is done by manually. You can see total manually. So such kind of things you have to remember. You know, food Thai medicine, no doubt in it. Why we will consume the, turmeric? It is an antibiotic. Everything what we consume, it is having some or other, medicinal value. If they are not having the medicinal value, you people will abstain from classes daily, because you people will abstain from classes for minor reasons like non-availability of water, simple showers, small showers, maybe 4 or 5 drops of water, and you people could not wake up from the bed because your body will pain. For very few reasons, minor reasons, you will abstain from classes. If our food is not acting as medicine, then our immunity power will decline. Nobody will come to the classes. Everybody will be watching the class from the bed only, online. Okay. Yes. Ramphal is used as a bio insecticide. Ramphal. See, many organic things are good insecticides. Take the example of neem oil. It is a good insecticide. A 17-year-old research intern at the International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics won the prize for developing a cost-effective bio-insecticide from the leaves of bullock's heart tree, popularly known as Ramphal. You remember its scientific name, Annona reticulata. Yes. Extracts from different parts of this plant have traditionally been used to cure conditions including dysentery and pediculus, loose infestation, etc. Earlier we had used, no doubt. Just now I told you, whatever we are using, all green leaves are having some or other medicinal value. See, frequently use the Jandu balm or Judo balm. It is nothing but organic. It is oil of eucalyptus. Extract from its leaves may be useful against 3 destructive pests: pod borer, green peach, and green peach aphid, and fall armyworm, with a mortality rate of 78 to 88%. It is excellent, and that mortality rate is very excellent. The research claimed all these pests are known for incurring crop losses to farmers because the pests will damage the crop in no time. It will take for the formation of seed, maybe say for 3 months or 4 months, but the insect will damage that within 3 or 4 days. Yes, of course, it is the scientific name, and this is the Ramphal. And ICRISAT, International Crop Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, and even last year they have also, celebrated the 50 years. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Modi, graced that occasion. Even that point also we have discussed. And UN recognizes the Namami Gange project. Namami Gange project is a restoration project. Now the Ganga has polluted for many reasons. Industrial effluents, and even we will throw the dead bodies in the Ganga, etc., etc. The UN has recognized the Namami Gange initiative to rejuvenate River Ganga as one of the top 10 world restoration flagships aimed at reviving the natural world during a function at the 15th COP15 to the Convention on Biodiversity in Montreal, Canada on World Restoration Day. Of course, we have discussed the Namami Gange project many times, but even we have discussed the Earth Ganga. Earth Ganga. That is the economic importance of the Ganga river. Yes, we have discussed Earth Ganga project. So once again, I will try to revise. Zero budget natural farming. And even we have also discussed a technique for using that water, Sichwal technique. Chemical free farming on 10 kilometers on either side of the river and promotion of cow dung, Gobardhan scheme, ZBNF, Jivamruta, and the Subesh Palakar is known for this kind of activities. Monetization and reuse of sludge and wastewater. Yes. Livelihood generation opportunities by creating local hearts, means local markets. And even we are also having the programs like one district, one product to popularize the local products. And public participation, empowering local administration for improved water governance, cultural heritage and tourism of Ganga and its surroundings. See, till today also many people will go to have a holy dip in the Ganga. Automatically, if you take some step, automatically many people will get attracted and you will get a lot of revenue. Cultural heritage and tourism of Ganga and its surroundings. through boat tourism, yoga, and adventure sports, and by connecting yoga activities. And even as part of this initiative, the national level event and over 75 special events were observed on the Ganga Utsav, that is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Yeah, global methane emissions reached roughly 15 parts per billion in 2020 from 9.9 in 2019. The study published in the journal noted reasons for spike. Nitrogen oxide can impact methane levels in the troposphere, the upper part of the atmosphere. NOx combines with ozone to form hydroxylic radicals. These radicals remove 85% of the methane annually from the atmosphere. Okay, now nitrogen oxide enters the atmosphere from exhaust gas of cars and trucks as well as electrical power generation plants. Thus, during the lockdown, nitrogen oxide pollution was reduced drastically, increasing methane levels. So, these are the technical reasons why they have increased, why the methane levels have increased. And precipitation over global wetlands showed a 2 to 11% annual increase. Waterlogged soils make condition ripe for soil microorganisms, allowing them to produce more methane. We have discussed paddy fields, wetlands, agricultural lands, and even digestive process of the cattle are responsible for the increase in methane level. Along with that, you try to remember nitrous oxide can impact methane levels. Nitrogen, okay? It is also very important to be observed. Thank you. Meet for this class next week. Thank you, everybody.